In this video, we're going to revisit R2H's ImageManager, and we saw it a couple years ago, but version 2 is out. It's a really cool tool for your Joomla site. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Me Work. Watch, not wash. Watch Me Work live stream number 93 here in the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your support of this channel. 1,995 subscribers we're at today, so that is pretty cool. All right, so hey, today's video is brought to you by mysites.guru. Head on over to mysites.guru and get a free audit for your Joomla site or your WordPress site if you got one of those. I don't know how you'd end up here, but who knows. And while you're there, check out all of the cool and interesting things and resources that you can use for managing your sites through mysites.guru. And if you decide to subscribe, you get your first month free if you use the coupon code BASICJoomla. All right, so let's head on over to the screen here. Hello to Bjorn and William in chat. Hey, if you guys are if you want to give the video a like, those of you that are watching, that would be great. It'll help others to find it. And if you're new, on the channel today, welcome. All right, so when you go to the mysites.guru site, it's going to look like that. Head over there. It's really cool. I do tons of stuff with it. Tons of stuff with it. All right. So what is the issue that we're going to fix today, and why do we need an extension like ImageManager from R2H? And that the reason for this tool is that if you have an image on your server and you want to move it to a new location, say a different folder, maybe you want to tidy up the directories for your image folder, if you move them in your web hosting, you will break where they occur in your Joomla pages because the URL doesn't get updated. Similarly, sometimes we end up with a lot of images or things on our site that maybe we don't need anymore. They're not being used anywhere. And R2H's ImageManager will fix both of those things. So to start out with, I'm just going to demonstrate what the issue is for anyone who will come across this video and maybe not realize that this is a thing. And so we'll just start out very quickly breaking my live site. I did make a duplicate site. We're not really going to break it. So here at the basicjoomla.com site, we have a picture of me. And if I go right click and open that image in a new tab, there it is. And here's the address up here. Check this out. Tim_Davis_dash_ he's a Joomla fan too. Now, we see here in the path, that's in images and graphics. So if we go into the, if we go into the web hosting account for this account, then we can, for this website, we can go into File Manager and we can go to Images, Folder, and Graphics. And we can see way down here at the bottom, there it is, Tim Davis. He's a Joomla fan too. So if I copy this over to just to the images folder, let's just do that. And then I delete this. I'm just going to confirm that. And go back into here and clean the cache. So clean cache, that's cache cleaner from Regular Labs at the bottom. And now go up to the home page and refresh. I expect this image will break. Possibly not, because it may still exist on my content delivery network. So let's see here. Yes, it's still there because why is that still there? Some kind of caching, I suspect. Let's see. Let's just quickly go back here. It's not there anymore. Maybe I just need to refresh here. If I go Control Shift and R, that will be broken. Yeah, not there. If we go Control Shift and R, okay, yeah, it's broken. Okay, I just had to refresh the cache in my browser. So here we see that image is broken. So you definitely do not want to move images around in your web server space because you will break how they work in Pages. So let's just go into the trash. Let's just go, oh man, I got a lot of stuff in this trash. In the trash, well, let's go to images and graphics. Oh my goodness, it's a mess in there. You know what? It's going to be just easier for me to go to public HTML, go to images, and there's the, oh, way down at the bottom. I could have picked a better file. Anyways, we're going to copy that. I could have used move as well to graphics. All right, we'll copy that back into the right folder. And clean the cache. Probably don't need to clean the cache anyways in that case. And Control Shift and R, and the page will be back. So there you go. That's what the problem is. Rick Spaan is here in chat. He is just saying hi. Rick owns R2H, and he was on the live stream showing us version 1. And it's also, but it's a holiday in the Netherlands, so he's spending time with his kids, and that is great. So hello, Rick. Thanks for popping on. But spend time with your family. Yes. All right. So let's check this out. All right. So in the back end of our Joomla site, where we are logged in, we're going to go to components, and we're going to R2H Image Manager. Now I have it in here. I just noticed for the first time I have this in here twice, probably because I still had version 1 installed. So let's see what happens. All right. Now, R2H Image Manager. We're currently loading and indexing your images. Make sure you make a backup of your website before starting. On large websites, loading can take a while. We support all image formats for the web. Okay, and I should tell you too that here's the link for all of the extensions over at R2H. There's a free version. We're looking at the pro version today, but I'll put that there. You can head over and grab the free image manager if you want to play around with it, or just watch and we'll see some of the features of the pro here. So yes, all right. All right, so first thing I will say is from playing around with this, it is much faster than version 1. And I have, so I was playing around, checking it out, and it's much faster, and it's pretty cool. We're going to enjoy this. Okay, so here we have folders, and we have images. And we can see here whether images are being used or not by the green bar that is above them. Now remember, I just copied this image here over to the image folder out of graphics. And so you might look at this and say, wait a second. This image is not, this image is being used, but actually the occurrence of it in this folder is not being used. So that is a great indicator. Let's go up to graphics here, and we'll see here's a bunch of images. There's that same image where it's being used. Now before we start playing around, which is the most fun and satisfying thing with this extension because it involves reorganizing and tidying up web space and that, let's go through some of the settings. In the top right, we'll click on settings. I took a quick look at these yesterday, but we will see. Here's general settings. Do you want to display full names, file names? When enabled, the manager will show the file name in full instead of hiding the excess. Oh, I like to see full names. Let's try that. And same thing for folder names. Let's say yes. Yeah, I do want to see thumbnails, but possibly if you don't want to see thumbnails and things to go faster, if you have a server that's slower, you don't want to generate thumbnails, you could say no, but let's leave that on. And then there's Colorblind Mode, which is enable Colorblind Mode to enhance the manager with visual icons. Excellent. Accessibility. I'm not colorblind, so I will leave that off for now. And let's see, the settings will influence the directory caching. Caching improves the speed of image management. It sometimes gets behind, displays old information. Adjust as needed. So the directory cache threshold. Enter the amount of directories Image Manager should find before caching the directory structure. Okay. And directory cache time, 300. And look, you can skip directories that ImageManager should ignore. So for instance, here's all different folders that say, let's say you don't want to deal with any images that are in the Images Foca Gallery folder. Because one of the things that one of the things I should mention here is that this is designed for moving images around in articles and in custom HTML modules, when you make a custom module in Joomla. So, and this may work with other extensions, but it may not work with other extensions that have their own system. For instance, Rick told me an example of Htaccess. That's how I pronounce it. I talked to someone in Quebec, and they pronounced it Htaccess because of pronunciation there in Quebec. Anyways, Htaccess has its own image system apparently, and so Rick said it doesn't work with that. I believe what's happening with ImageManager is that it is looking for instances of the image and its path on the site, and when you move it, it's rewriting the table, the information in each line in the table. So you might say, well, I don't want to see any images in Foca Gallery because I don't want to mess that up. So you would just eliminate that folder. All right, let's leave those there. Hello, Ivor. Yeah, it is very interesting. Okay, compression. Now this is pretty cool. Adjust the compression settings here. The tiny PNG, tiny JPEG key is required if you want to use image compressing and cropping. So this is another service online that will compress images. And we won't look at it today, but just Google tiny PNG, tiny JPEG, and you will see where you can go and you get a free API, and you get so many images in the free account, and then you can also subscribe to more. So, but that's great. That's really cool that that is built in. Index settings, index hash size. Enter the hash size of the image index. Larger numbers will drastically grow the index, but speed up the application. The index grows by the formula n to the 16th, 1 equals 16, 2, 256, 3, 496. All right, so this is probably, if I understand this properly, I'm starting to understand just the basics of a hash. Basically, every file name will have a hash value based on how it is, maybe how it's encoded, I don't know. But anyways, so Tim has a hash value, and the word mit, which is Tim spelled backwards, has a hash value. And instead of looking for long, images / graphics / tim.jpg, you can take a hash that is unique for that path, and you can search for it in the database and in files. And if it matches the hash, then it knows that there's a match there. That's a very rudimentary and basic explanation. But index hash size, let's see. It says the hash size of the image index. Larger numbers will drastically grow the index, but speed up the application. All right, well, let's go with 4, just for giggles. Index chunk size. You could probably just leave these anyways, but enter how many images will be processed per round. Okay, so 25 images per round. If that's hard on your server, then you could lower that number. Large table size. Enter the amount of rows a table has to contain to be considered large. Large tables will be skipped as they will slow down indexing. All right, so remember, it's looking for file names inside of tables. But here you can set that if a table is more than 1 million, I wonder if that's lines in the table. Anyways, if you have some large tables in your database and you don't want them searched, you can figure out which this is. I'm going to guess it's lines, large table size, or maybe it is, maybe it's bytes. That's interesting. Rick is probably going to watch this after when he comes back. Rick, if you want to leave a comment and say whether large table size is lines in the table, or if it's bytes, just leave a comment. Bjorn's guessing megabytes, 100 megabytes. Yeah, that makes sense. I think you're probably right. And again, you can skip just skip tables. Look, here they all are. So for instance, here's the tables that my site creates here. I don't need to put that, doesn't need to be checked. So let's just rule those right out and make it that much faster. And look how easy that is. Action log, I'll just leave it, but you might just go through and figure out everything that you need. All right, well anyway, so let's save and close this. It's going to index the images again. All right, oh, and then you can automatically hide the screen if you want. I'll leave it up just as a reminder for me for now. All right, let's check out what we have options up at the top here. You can upload images to the folder here. All right, click here, drop files to upload. All right, you can create a new folder inside of the folder you're viewing. This is a new folder. Great, so we'll create that. And where does that exist? There we go, to ST thumbnails. There we go, it's over here. There's no files in it that are using it. All right, we've got trash. Okay, let's see if you find images that are not anywhere and you delete them, they're going to trash. Great. Unused images. Here we can see a list of the unused images that are on our file space, but that ImageManager does not see anywhere in the databases, in the tables in the database that we told it to search. Now that's very interesting because you get going down here. So for instance, look, here's images, community profiler, gallery, canvas, and then here's somebody's image that they've uploaded or that exists for for a gallery and community builder. Now here's the thing: if you don't know whether or not this extension works with moving images out of community builder, just try it. Open up the location where this image is. Now right now it's saying they're not being used anywhere in any of the database, but just play it by ear and just see if you break things or not. And you might say, hey, look, this works for community builder, I can use it. Or if it's like, oh, it broke that image, I'm not going to use it for that, go through and exclude it as you want. You could just select all of these and delete them. I don't recommend that unless you're really sure that this is handling everything that you want it to. It is a great way to go down the list and say, what's in here? Oh, look at this. Foca Cart products, Volkswagen, Golf Thumbs, Foca Thumb. Oh yeah, Foca Cart. That's of course, yeah, I did a tutorial on that, so I don't need these images on here. In fact, I don't need the extension, so that'd be something to remove because I'm not using that on my site, on this site. So anyways, that's pretty cool. So a great look at just working and organizing. And of course, this would be a great tool to use on client sites. In fact, I have a client. Hello, Peter. And once we get his new site live in the next couple of days and things are humming along, because we're working on a sandbox site, a really big testing changes there. There's going to be some image reorganizing to do on his site, and this is going to be a great tool for doing it. All right, anyways, trash, unused image, batch, check this out. Now, here's some batch things. Change all underscores to dashes. Now we saw in that example that I looked at that I had underscores and dashes. All right. Change all spaces to dashes. All right. So if you've been using an image that has a space in it, you can change it to a dash. And you can also change all images to lowercase. And you can include subfolders based on what you're selecting here. So that is pretty cool. I mean, this is one of those things that if your site has gotten messy or over the years it's gone through a number of iterations and you just wish it was organized better, You wanted it consistently, like, 5 years ago you were using underscore, but you want them all to have dash. It's also maybe a bit easier to read for people. Who knows what your reasons would be. You can batch things here. So I'm not going to do any batch stuff yet, but we will get to that to test it. All right. And actions. Okay. No, you can't do an action till something is selected. So let's select this image here. Actions becomes alive, and you can move it, you can download it, you can trash it, or you can clear it. Now the cool thing about downloading it, that's a good feature to have, because let's say that you delete some of these images, they're not being used anymore, and then suddenly you need them. You know that you at least have them in a zip file, or whatever. It's backing up. Backing up is good. And then we've got move. All right, so let's see if we move. Okay, there's the file we had selected. Tim Davis, he's a Joomla fan too. We can pick which folder it gets moved to. Cool. Also, let's just go in down to here. It looks like I can move it to different folders by dragging as well. Aha, that is delicious. All right, so there's all of our, and then we also have undo last action. Oh my goodness, that is cool. Oh, by the way, the cheese is here. Man, I was so asleep this morning when my alarm went off at 10 o'clock, because I went to bed at 5 again. It's 3 mornings in a row now. At 10 o'clock when my alarm went off, I didn't even know what day it was. I actually had, and I was like, have I set an alarm? Is it Sunday? Do I need to go down and get church on Facebook going so we can watch? Or, anyways. But I'm not even sure why I mentioned that. Oh, I don't know. All right, now let's get to playing. First of all, one other thing, check this out. Okay, that's this image. It says it's not being used. And I think, oh, okay, I'll just delete it. But look, when we mouse over it, we have a little icon, and you can view details, move, rename, compress file size. That's using the tiny JPEG setting that we saw earlier. Or you can move to trash. So you have that option there. Right click doesn't work. But if I mouse over that, let's check out view details. Here's the image. There's its size, its dimensions, and where it's used. Nowhere. Oh, okay. So it's not used nowhere. We're going to see this is very handy in some in a little while. And look, right there you can do whatever you want to do. You want to move it? You want to rename it? Move it to trash. We already know it's not needed, so let's move that to trash. All right. And it is gone. In fact, if we go up here and click on trash, there it is. And we can restore it. Probably going to restore it to where it goes. Oh, there it is. Yep. All right, so we'll click that. And in this case, we're going to go to... if I click on trash, okay, no, it's not that. If I am going to go into here, action, we'll do it this way, trash, and it's gone. Now, this image here is an image that was that I showed someone the other day, just quickly how to upload images to Joomla. So we use this as an example. It's not being used. But just because an image is not being used on your site does not mean that you have to get rid of it. Maybe you want it to be somewhere. But I don't want it in my images folder. That's just kind of messy. So I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to left click and we're going to drag it over, and I'm going to put it in graphics for now. And when we click on graphics, there it is. Awesome. Now I knew that this was not being used anywhere. We look at the details, nowhere. So that was fine for me just to move. But here's the beauty of this extension is that if a file image is being used somewhere and you move it, it will it will rewrite the code, the HTML, the HTML for the images where you are. So right away, here we are in graphics. Here's that image from the front page article. Hey there, Joomla fans. And so if we click on here, we'll just go right to that page up here. Hey there, Joomla fans. Let's look at the properties, view or details. Look at this. It says usage nowhere. All right. Do I have a... Let's see here. Open image in new tab. Images, graphics. Tim Davis, he's a Joomla fan too. Let's go back and check that out. Images, graphics. Tim Davis, he's a user fan too. It shows green, but it is not showing the details where it's being used. All right, let's try this. There must be a way to refresh that. Interesting. It's right because it is being used somewhere, but it is wrong in that it's not being used somewhere. All right. Let's, okay, what was I going to do here? Oh, let's just move this though. Let's see what happens. Let's just move this over into the contest folder. I'm going to left click and drag and put it to contests. And it's gone. I'm going to, I need to open up another administrator window just so I can dump the cache here. All right, and let's go here. Yeah, I've got, it looks like there's a problem in 3.9.22 and something to do with, I was reading out Phil Taylor was tweeting about it. Maybe you guys know, I mean, because I've been asleep and got up for this thing, so maybe the news is already out there. Let's go to what I want to do is clean the cache, right? And we will refresh this page now. And I'm going to right click and open the image in a new tab. And look, images, contests. It was in graphics, but now it's in contests and it moved it. And that is delightful. Now we can start cooking with gas on this thing. Now, the other thing that we notice here is that that image has underscores in it. I don't like that. Let's change it. First of all, let's go back into contest. Let's grab it. Let's drag it over to graphics again. I'm comfortable with it there. Great. How fast this is. Now, still not showing the details where it is. But let's go to click on the on our options here. We have a couple things we can look at. We can click and go down to rename, or we can click on the image and we have rename there. Yeah, Spaan, I think it is really great. Let's rename this and let's just get rid of these underscores. Now I know there's a batch thing, but this just shows that Tim Davis, he's a Joomla. I'm going to change this even. Tim Davis is a Joomla fan. Don't forget next week, next Watch Me Work live stream, Lord willing, I will be here with Ruud van Lent, also from the Netherlands, and we're having a launch party for OCHG Lightbox. Everyone watching live will have opportunity for a discount code for that. So that's a really cool plugin that I've had a bit of a role in developing, in the sense that I had a client, hello Peter, asking for features for his site, and talked to Ruud about it, and Ruud created it to work with some of his well, it works with his other extensions, but it'll work with any extension. All right, anyways, Tim Davis is a Joomla fan too. We rename this, we say okay. And there we go. It's renamed nicely. Go back here, clean that cache, refresh, right click, open the image in a new tab, and look at that, a nice tidier name at the top. Whew. So good. As the kids on How Ridiculous say, so good. All right, back to the back end here. I have this image here in graphics. I want to keep it. This image here of classroom, I don't need it. In fact, I don't need this about us either. These were just all experiments, so I'm going to click those. The train is from another experiment that we used. It's not being used. The thermometer, and this image of a train. Let's see here. Canada Day. I'll be patriotic and leave that on there. Oh, now look, here's a logo that's 320 by 80 that's not being used, but it is possible. Well, first, it is possible that that is also a header in being used in Asteroid for the drop down for a mobile. For instance, if I go here, F12, and that, that image might actually be that one. And let's take a look. Oh, it is. See? Because I changed this for use on the mobile. So what I would want to do is be very careful in moving that, and we can experiment with that right now. But first, I have these ones selected to delete. I'm going to delete them. Actions, trash, and oh, sorry. Whoops-a-daisy. Graphics. Oh, I think I did something wrong there, right? Oh, graphics. Image graphics. Let's undo the last action. Somehow I deleted everything there. So let's try this again. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that. I'm going to trash those. Huh. Now it's showing all of these not being used. Maybe we need to refresh. Maybe we need to refresh the okay, let's try a couple things here just to check here. Okay, let's turn this off. Now, the images are there. It's just they are showing red after things going to the trash. So, for instance, this is probably still in there. Let's view the details. Yeah, here's where it's being used. Also in the article history. So we just need to do this, regenerate the thumbnails and run everything again. Let's see here. Oh, that's nice. We have the oh, look at this, a list view. And these are showing red probably because it thinks it doesn't exist, but that's not right. Why don't we refresh this URL up here? Okay. Loading. Continue. All right. So, Bjorn says you just want to use lowercase images. Lowercase names and images. Yeah, lowercase words or characters. I like that. So after moving something to trash, you have to refresh. All right. Because now we got our green lines back here. Okay, good to know. Oh, and actually, let's go back to graphics. Yeah, all right. So you just have to refresh. I bet you somewhere up here there is a button for, no, it won't be in settings, regenerating the cache or regenerating the view. And that's probably something that maybe shouldn't have happened. And I'm sure that Rick, when he's watching this, will check that out. I'll leave a little note. Hey, how far are we into the video here? We are. How long have we been going here? 11:37. 35 minutes. Okay, thank you. I just want a note just to let him to check that out. All right, but anyways, we were able to delete some things that we don't want here. So let's delete some other images, just tidying this up. And we will go and we will delete that. All right, actions and trash. Okay, it goes back to red, so no worries. There's someone phoning me. And we'll have to give them a call back in a little while. Okay. Oh, so hold on for hey, Graham. I actually tried to hang up because I'm just doing a live stream right now. I'll call you back, okay? Okay. Okay, bye. Oh, I tried to hang up on him, but I guess it answered it. All right, so now let's check out something here that we see. Let's go back into the graphics folder. Notice the 2018 giveaway image. When I click on the properties here, view details, there's a bunch of things down here, and it shows which places this image is used. Now check, it's used in the article, Regular Labs 1 Year Pro Bundle. And then it's also used down here in article history, Regular Labs 1 Year Pro Bundle. If you have versions turned on in your Joomla site and you change an article and there's a different edition of it and the image is used in it, it still shows as in use in ImageManager, which is great because maybe, let's say, maybe you created an image. You have an article, you create an image, it says happy birthday to you, and then later on you change that article to not use that image anymore, but later on you might want to go back to using it. When you delete when you remove the image from the article and save it, the older version still exists in the database. Let's say down the road you say, oh, I should never have deleted that happy birthday image. I want to go back to an old version. Then you can then just go back to the old version and the image will still be there because ImageManager is showing that it's still used in these locations. Also, look, it's used in _IM location. That's a table. And it's also used in SH404 SEF URLs. So there's something pointing to this image there. Now, so I would leave this here anyways. And the article history is in there. But just to explain that you might see some things that are not that exist, they may not even exist in an article anymore that you can see, but they exist in the database under different versions. Bjorn asks, is it possible to remove duplicates? I've not seen anything about duplicates. It's a good question. That would be a question for Rick. If there was a way to see duplicates, that would be great. You wouldn't want to just delete things that are duplicate or rename one to another, because if you have two files called tim.jpg and they're actually different images because you just weren't paying attention, they're different locations, then that would be challenging. Let's see here. If we look at settings, though, it does list them alphabetically, and this is not a big file here. Sorry, not settings. I clicked to view just the table view here. You sort of could look down and see things that are similar in a small way. and just look at things. But yes, I have not seen that setting. I don't think that you can. Settings. Oops, daisy. Whoops, daisy. All right, so let's go back to that full view. Now let's do some batch stuff here. Let's go to batch. Let's change all underscores to dashes, and let's include subfolders. And let's not include subfolders. Let's go to images and we'll analyze. One image will be affected. Show affected images. Okay. Images people -5594462 underscore 640 in the images folder. All right. Let's just batch that one file. Batch. And it is successfully batched. So, right, so let's close. Let's go to images, and that's that one. Okay, it's going to be called people. Oh, here it is down here. And check it out, people-5594462-640. That one is red, though. Let's view the details. It's not used anywhere. That's another one I just uploaded as a test. So, I don't need that. Let's trash that. Oh, and here's all the other, oh, sorry. I don't need that. Let's do the action and trash it. Now, check this out here. I notice a whole folder of TPL_JD Seattle. Now those are images. JD Seattle is a folder for a Joomla, for a Joom dev template. I don't think I even use that anymore. We can go in here and see. There's that, and use avatar. But I don't use that template here. Let's see, extensions, templates, open a new tab. No, I only use Paris, and Protostar. In fact, let me just check. Let's go to extensions, manage. Let's go to search tools, select the type, and go to template. I don't even have JD Seattle in there anymore, so that is a good find, which means that I can go up a folder and I can just delete that whole folder. Aha, although I can't check it. Oh, let's see here. Move to trash. Nice. Nice. Here's slider 3. This is interesting because this is for that slider module. You'll notice that there is a couple of slides that are still being used, but a couple that aren't. And now the weird thing about this is if I go to components, way down to Smart Slider 3, and again, this is on here just from playing around and goofing around on the site. I just go to dashboard here. I have 2 slideshows. Oh, I have 3 slideshows. Oh, look. Okay, I was looking at this. I have a cow template slideshow, cow number 1 slideshow, an empty slider, but look, we have view trash. Trash is empty. Okay. Somehow, somewhere, as I look at these images here, that's not that's viewing trash somewhere. Okay, as I look, it thinks that these images are being used somewhere in a slideshow, I think. Because if I click on the details, view details, yeah, it's showing as in the table next n image storage. Next n2. Next n2 image storage. In fact, let's go to here and check that out. Next n2 image storage. So this tells me that something has to do in slider 3. There's some things in the tables for old sliders that it's looking for. Probably what I've done is I've been playing around with sliders and deleted one or done something. And this alerts me to the fact that I need to do something with that extension. Let's do that. So as a little side trip here, let's go to manage and manage. Let's go to slide. Let's clear this. And let's look for a slider, because this is, I don't have a slider on here. There's Smart Slider 3, yep. And there, and there, and there. I'm just taking this off because I don't use it on here. It's from a tutorial or live stream I've done. Let's uninstall that. All right. Now let's go back to, I feel that I am missing some way to regenerate this. So if I'm missing it, I apologize, Rick. But we're going to go to reload. And we will go back into slider 3 image here. And that still shows. So having removed, let's go back to Joomla. Having removed the extension, the component slider 3, I now have confidence, let's go back to the right place, that I can delete these images. Same with slider 2, which is going to have a cow. So, now it's interesting because some of these were pointing to an existing slideshow, some of these images. So it seemed to be working in here, but I basically can get rid of all of those folders. And this is a demo for sliders. And that's another demo, slider 5, and those images were maybe being used. But I've removed that extension. So the long and the short of it is this. I can go to images. I can go down to these sliders here. There's no way to bulk select those. You can images, but I'm just going to go move to trash. Okay, and then we need, oh yeah, so we need, it's not remembering that, but that's okay. So we're going to go slider 2, move to trash. 2, slider 3, move to trash. I wonder if yeah, we can't. But we do have this option here to go slider 5. Although it's way over there on my screen, move to trash. Great. Now what's in the test folder? Let's look here. Oh yeah, more tests, more images that I've just used for tests, and they don't seem to be linked anywhere. And if we go into thumbnails, thumbnails are not either. So I'm just going to remove that test folder as well. Oh, and look, we got our colors back here too. Huh. Let's see. I'm going to move to trash. No. All right. I need to refresh. Continue. Yep, you get our colors back. Let's do another batch change of all underscores to dashes. And let's analyze. And I've selected include the subfolder. 159 images. All right. Show the affected images. Oh yeah, look at all those files that have underscores in them. Now there's the community profiler gallery. That's something I would want to check. But that's all right. So I'm not going to do that right now. But look, here we got graphics, some in graphics, yes. And focus. So I'm going to do this one at a time here. I'm going to go to images, basic Joomla tutorials. Images, basic Joomla tutorials. I'll go to batch, yeah, and then click here, basic Joomla tutorials. I'm going to analyze, and I'll just do that one folder, 13 images. Nice. I'll batch process that. And now they've all been updated on the site. Now, if you are doing this on a live site, every now and then clean your cache, because if people are viewing cached versions of your page, it will be looking for those images in their old locations. And you saw one in Asteroid. Yes, let's see. Asteroid template 0. Yes, Asteroid logo mode. Okay. Now, I wonder how old those are. Do we have dates here? No. I would want to check that. Let's just go into Control Panel, Images, Asteroid template 0. Oh yeah, April 22nd. So that's from me. That's template 0 was installed more than a year ago. I don't really need those on there because I'm not using those. You know, no offense to Chayton, but I'm not using the Asteroid logo on the template. So we could get rid of that, I think, in that case. We could rename them, but we could just get rid of them as well. But let's go in here and go batch, Asteroid template 0. What other options do we have? Change all spaces to dashes. Change all image names to lowercase. Let's do that. We'll just check here. None. All right. In fact, let's just see, are there any... Oh, sorry. So we're going to go batch, select images, change all images to lowercase, include subfolders. Are there any that have capitals? Let's analyze. 30. Let's look at them. There, that's it. It's in images. Yep. AIFFT. Okay. Form for the future. Image. Yes. Okay. Images graphics. Yeah. That would just be in articles. And images thumbnails. Oh, okay. Those are the only ones that have capitals in them. Yeah, I do want to change all those. So let's batch, change them. And again, I'm doing this because I know my site. And so therefore I know that it's just mostly images that I'm using in articles or modules. All right, very cool. So I've right across my whole site changed all graphics, all image files that had any capitalization in them to lowercase. Okay. My cheese is gone, and now I'm enjoying my apple juice. All right, now let's check this out. M to Z. This is a structure that I use to keep things from being too long in image management. I have site where and images that start with A to B, C to D, E to F. I break them up into subfolders because then I don't have to wait for thousands of images. And one site does have 1,000 images to get drawn inside JCE editor when it's looking for a particular image. I can just structure it down. But it's not really necessary on this site because all I have is M to Z, or Z if you're in the States, and A to L. So I'm going to tidy this up. What have I got here in images? Just a few things here. What have I got in A to L? Okay, I got this guy who's sleeping. I don't need him. And so we will move to trash. Okay, this becomes red here. That's the picture from Forum for the Future. I keep that. I'm going to move that over to images for now. And the same with M to Z. What's in here? I have a poppy. And this being used. Where's that being used? It says nowhere, but it's being used somewhere. This location thing was working. I wonder. All right, well, we'll trust that it is. And it seems to work fine for moving it. I'm going to put that up in images as well. That lets me go back to the images folder, and I can trash that folder. and I can trash M to Z. There's no sense having those folders separate with just a couple of images. All right, so now I just have those images there. I Love Old Time Radio. That I was using on a contest page, but I bet you it exists here, and that's where it's being used, although I have to refresh this just to make sure. Continue contest. Yeah, that's where I'm using that one. So therefore, in fact, we can, let's see. No, it's not showing the usage there. All right. Maybe, anyways, Rick's going to look at this and he'll see what it is. Can you rename with foreign characters like Norwegian? Oh boy, let's try that. Copy. Let's rename this road one right here. That's Ivor asking in chat. So we're going to rename this one, and I'm just going to go Control V with those characters and say OK. And now here it's just showing up as a dash. Let's open that image in a new tab. No, it just turned out to be dash. Now that could be my server. Yeah. But that did not work. And as Bjorn says, never use those characters in images. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, Bjorn, because sometimes those images might mean something in code, might throw things off, but you guys, I will leave it to the Norwegians to discuss why that would be desirable or not. But I am going to just delete that, move that to trash. All right, so let's have some fun and move an entire folder. Refresh this. Let's move the graphics folder. Wherever that is, here's graphics. Let's move this folder and these images. And let's move graphics into contests. Can we drag it there? No. Oh, we did. And they all move nicely. Very cool. Hey, here's something very interesting. See this image that says private here. When I look at the details of it, we see that it exists in the table sh404 SEF URLs, but it only exists in article history. That's one of those places where I had that image, but I deleted it from the article, but it still exists in another version of the article. Cool. All right, I'm going to undo the last action. I'm going to move that graphics folder back to where it goes. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, let's see. There you go. It did go back. It just was a refresh thing that didn't exist. All right. Nice. Well, how would you experiment with community profile, or whether you need an image or not? There's a good question. Let's see. Okay, something. Ivor says, oh, some of the customers do want to use those characters. Yes, it's something with domain names. They get rewritten. Look at ael.no. ol.no. ael equals beer. Okay. All right. I'll let you guys follow along in chat so I don't get too distracted here. Foca Gallery. I still have these images in Foca Gallery. It shows none of them are being used. And I do not have Foca Gallery installed. right now. And if I go to manage, I have the content plugin, but I don't have anything else. So in this case, I can remove Phoca Gallery folder here. Move to trash. I think I moved that, did I not? I also don't have Phoca Cart, so I'm going to move that to trash. Phoca Cart categories, move that to trash. So these things were left behind. Nothing against Phoca extensions, they're great. I'm just tidying things up. Oh look, this is a new folder. Oh yeah, because I tested, can you create a new folder? And you can. Enter the folder name, try to avoid spaces or special characters. Yeah, we were just talking about that in chat. Hello, Imran. So I'm going to delete that folder, move that to trash. Thumbnails, what's happening in thumbnails? Watch me work live stream. Not being used anywhere, not surprised. I must have taken it out of somewhere. Oh, there is usage, right? That's because we need to refresh this. We need to refresh this. Continue thumbnails. Yes, it was green. So remember that. If you're moving stuff to trash, make sure you refresh your folder, get your colors back. Hello, yes, Imran, that's okay. It's very early in tomorrow where you are, so. There is, there's an image that has an underscore in it. So we could just rename that, or we could do it batch, but there's just one. So let's do dash, 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 dash. Take that out, say okay. And that's moved nicely too. That's the only one I have a thumbnail for. So I might actually want to go in and see what is up with that page. So let's go to view details. Go to the article where it is being edited, which is really handy. Just waiting for the hamsters. Okay. Content. Oh, yes, because I'm using it as this is the thumbnail here. I use it so that in social media it comes up. The image comes up. Of course, that was before I was using the YouTube tool from Xly, which requires you, which instead of loading the YouTube code, just loads the thumbnail. I think I have that running on here. I'm gonna click that. Nope, I just have that. So I just have the video, but I have this thumbnail down here. So there is a thumbnail when shared on social media. All right. And notice it exists in the article history as well. All right. Well, I certainly have made this a lot tighter for my folders over here. Oh, asteroid template 0. I think we were just looking at that, right? And I didn't come back because I was distracted by shiny things. Asteroid template 0 from December 22nd. And April, yeah, who knows why I loaded those there. But I'm going to move that to trash. I'm going to refresh this. And I'm going to automatically hide this screen now. And there's my images. So let's check out Community Profiler. If I go to Home on Basic Joomla here, and go /login, and I log in. to my public login as me. Yes. Now there's somewhere that I might want to go and view my user profile. Yes. And here I can edit. I can update my profile. I can upload an image to this canvas image. So upload an image. Choose the file. Let's just the local duck. Which one's that? Finally, some sun. I don't know what that image is. We'll try that. It might be too big. It's too big. It's got to be less than 2. Let's try this image here. It's under 2 megabytes, and we will update. I need to update my contact information. My wife is out on errands, which is why that phone is just going to keep running in the background. And we're going to go update. Now that is Chris Donato, and it's this railroad sign that from something that I was using for a thumbnail for a live stream. Let's go back to our images in the back end of the site. R2H. Oh, too many things open here. Yeah, so let's refresh this. And it's done. And so now we can look in Community Profiler, Gallery. Here's some in Canvas. Is it in here? Now let's just see. I'm looking for a picture of that sign. Let's see. Oh, there's where it is there. Now it shows that it's not being used. But here's what we want to do. If I refresh this page, okay, yeah. Here's what I could have done. I could have right-clicked. No, I can't right-click to open that image. But I can view page source, or I can inspect. Here's a little trick for you. Let's take that out of that. Inspect the image, and down here you'll find the URL. And you can, here's the URL here. An element, open that in a new tab. There's the image. So I'm going to move this image. This is the test for Community Profiler, Community Builder. I'm going to move this image out of the Com Profiler folder into Images. All right, let's see. To do that, I need to go back to, let's close that. To do that, we need to go back to, let's just close some screens here. I don't need that one open. I don't need that one open. I don't need, Let's go to Components, R2H ImageManager. Okay. I think this is the old version. That's what I didn't remove the old version before putting in a new version. So I actually want to do, unless, wouldn't it be dumb if I've been showing the whole old version the whole time? Oh, this is the new version. I'm pretty sure that's the new version. Ooh. So we'll go into Community Profiler, and I'm going to move this image. There's 2 images, a larger and a small one. I'm going to move this one to the Images folder. It doesn't show it being used, these, right? So it doesn't pick that up in Community Builder. And I'm going to go to Images. And I'm going to go to Refresh. And go here. Clean cache. And go to, yeah, I think I cleaned that cache, did I? Just my mind is racing here. Okay, and then I'm going to refresh. And it broke it. All right, so that would tell us not to look at images that are in the Community Builder Profiler page. That's good to know. So let's go back here. Those are the Community Profiler. They're not there. So let's go back to Images. And I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to select this one. I'm going to put them back to where they go. Good. Oh, looks like only one moved. Maybe I need to do a batch move. Anyways, we're gonna let's go here to put that back. Yeah. Now let's go in there. Let's select these two. Maybe what I should have done was move. Can I move both? Oh, selected files, only one. Wonder if there's a way to batch move these. Batch. No. So you can't drag both, just drags one at a time. All right, we got them back there. But, all right, so you have to move one image at a time. Let's go to Settings. And let's go to Index. We're skipping database tables. We could skip Community Profiler. But we can also, let's see, it's thumbnails, skip directories. Yes, all right, here we go. Images, Community Profiler, Gallery, and Canvas. Save and close. All right. Oh, you guys are still talking away there. Oh, yes, you want the link, Imran, to what we're looking at. Let me just paste that in there for you. This is the extension that we're looking at. Okay. I did not see you guys having a long conversation about domains in there, which is great. Oh, and let me just check. Okay, so let me just wrap up a few things here. Now, over here, we're not looking at any images that we don't want to be using. Don't want to be moving like. So Community Profiler, those images will not be impacted. JD Paris, another one. Let's check this out. Let's go up a level. JD Paris, April 23rd, 2019. Yeah, and I don't need those there. So I could just delete the folder here in the server, but why? When I can just do it here. Basic Joomla tutorial, JD Paris. Let's move to trash. And of course, we just need to redraw. So I've actually done quite a bit of tidying up on the site here. Forum for the future. That image. Lots here. I got a few things in here that I could still check out whether they need to be removed. But you guys don't, well, it's watch me work, but it's not watch me monotonous work. So I want to check out some things, catch up on chat there. But forum on the future. It's there. It's a big file. But apparently it's not in use. So I wonder about that. But no worries. All right. Well, oh, Finder. Did we look at Finder? What image are you looking for? You can look for a name and find where it is and go right to its folder. Well, that's cool. We didn't even look at that. Here's our list of unused images. Look, it's gotten a lot smaller. How to reset your Joomla site. Here's a couple things. If we click on the eyeball here, we can actually see it. I wonder why I don't use this anymore. Hard to say. Man, you know, I got thumbnails from a long time ago. We've been keeping this going for a while. Anyways, so I think I'll wrap that up there. So look, a really great tool. And then we'll get to stuff that's happening in chat. A really great tool. Just look how much I've tidied up things so quickly already. And I think it's going to be something really effective. And a few things to watch for along the way there. But all software is a work in progress. And so check it out. All right, let's wrap up. Let's close that part. Let me look at chat here. All right, so Imran says, need your help, Tim. Request is open to all also. And then John, have you seen the new page speed measurement? Web Vitals, the size of elements or load speed does not matter that much anymore. Now it measures how quick a page becomes responsive to the user. Web Vitals, is there a link? Oh, okay, you got a link there. Cool. Imran says he needs to shift a domain from one hosting IP to another. What are the steps you need to go through? Oh, okay, that's what you guys have in that talk. Yes. So you guys are doing a lot of chatting in there. We'll get back to it. But let's check this out. Web Dev Vitals. Let's bring that up on the screen over here. Let me close a few things here. Some tabs. Web Dev Vitals. Web Vitals is an initiative by Google to provide unified guidance for quality signals that are essential to deliver a great user experience on the web. Cool. Lots of information here. Core Web Vitals are the subset of webs that apply to all pages. Largest contentful paint. Okay, so this is basically Google's inside, well, no, it's not inside, Google's scoop on optimizing quality of user experience. I'm not surprised, John, when you say that it measures how quick a page becomes responsive to the user. Responsiveness is probably visible on the device that they're on. Size of elements with load speed, it's how fast it's responsive. So if you have a page that loads quickly, but there's a ton of other stuff still to load further down, like with lazy loading, or parts haven't loaded yet, if they can still click and go through a menu, that's good. They don't need to see what's on the page if they're going through to a menu. That's a great thing to check out. Cumulative layout shifts measures visual stability. Okay, so yeah, that's also, so when the page comes up, is it jerking around and jumping when it loads? To learn more about research methodology. Cool. A lot of good information there. Excellent. Moving down through chat here. Thanks for sharing that link, John. We were working through changing the domain for John. You just, okay? I'm just reading through all this chat here. In fact, did I even have that? Oh, right. This is what we're looking at here. Webdev.vitals. Chrome Dev Summit 2020, back and going virtual. All right, so that's what the page will look like when you get there. All right, yeah, so I'm working down on this chat here. And John, you say the primary is the viewport, what you see on the initial screen. Yeah. Here's my practice. Here's what I do to change a domain. Some domains take longer than others. So, for instance, .com is almost instantaneous. .ca can take a little while. So I always do it at night for the client, whatever is nighttime for them. What they're describing, Bjorn, in the in chat there, is that you get your site all set up, and then on the new server, and then in the domain records on the old server, you change the IP that it points to. All right. So for instance, if we go into control panel, now I need to share the screen again. If we go into control panel for basic Joomla and go into the DNS zone editor, and here's the basic Joomla zone, so I go manage, you'll see right here that basic Joomla is being pointed to this IP. That's what its IP is. If you are moving a domain to another server and you want things to be redirected right away through the zone in the existing host where the records are, then I believe what you can do is you can go in and you can edit this IP to the IP that is the new account. I've done that before. Notice you need to do it for FTP, blah, 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 blah. This does not change it for mail, though. So you can have that sort of in-between time. But that's one thing that you can do to redirect the web traffic to it. For the mail server, I don't know if it works. And this is all different stuff for me here. Not area that I'm super strong in. Oh, so let's go back. We've got here we have MX. Here's the, your destination is still going to be basicjoomla.com for mail, but that might actually be redirected based on what you have by changing your IP up here. I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, and you use Plesk, but basically the principle is the same thing. Go in and edit the zone. Change the IP. When you're ready for the old site to point to the new site. But even before then, you have to go to the registrar and change the name servers. All right, so wherever that domain is registered, you have to go in and change the name servers from ns1.oldsite.com to ns1.newsite.com. A really cool tool that I like to use is import it to, let's see, do I have it up here? No, that's not it. My imported from Firefox. Yeah, look at this mess here. Maybe I have it on my, I have Firefox open up on another screen here. Let me just check here. Oh yes, this one here. This is a great tool. DNSchecker.org. So I'm going to put in www basic Joomla, and you will see here that right now around the world people are, let me just change my screen here. Right now all around the world in these locations, they're looking for basicjoomla.com at this IP. And also through these name servers, NS5. Now, if I were to move basicjoomla.com to a new host, and then at the registrar level change the name servers, then once you apply that, you have to wait for them to resolve. And you can use this tool here and watch by just refreshing over and over again. And very quickly, if it's a .com, it will start to change, and you'll see that different parts of the world are actually going to the new site. So I would say the two things to do: one, first of all, change the name servers right away when you're ready to make the site go live, because get that underway, because it could take up to 24 hours, but it's a lot faster. But like .cas are much slower. But also change in the zone where your old site is, change the IP to the new IP that points to your the new location. You might change some name servers down here too if they have those. Do we have name servers? Look at this. This is, oh, this purple.cybersalthosting.com. That's wrong. But these are just for calendar things. I think that's, oh, name server will be in the left-hand side here. Scroll down. Default. Boy, I got a lot of stuff in here from subdomains and that. I don't have any name servers in there. Yes, the soul record. I saw you talking about that. I don't think I have a soul record on here. I never worry about that. I know that's who has that start of authority. But I don't have that set up here, so it's a record that points the domain to that IP address where the website is. Yeah, and then you've got this view DNS copy. So let me just check this out here. Basic Joomla, that's for reverse lookup. Yep. Yeah, lots of things to look up there. Oh, did you already share DNSchecker.com before I did? Oh, right, and I didn't paste the link. Yeah, okay, thanks, Bjorn. Oh, and then, okay, so then there's a method to redirect using Htaccess. But that's just rewrite rules probably, right? Correct? That's the, you can't redirect to a new IP, can you? Through Htaccess? I would never have thought of doing that. Because that just redirects URLs. Now you could redirect it to another domain, but if you're keeping the same domain, then you can't do that. Yes, right, Ivor. Yeah, you just said that. You can redirect to a new domain. But Imran, I would just do that. Have your new site ready to go on the new server. You have to change the name servers with the domain registrar. If you don't have access to it, I wouldn't even start doing the move yet. And if your client doesn't have it or that, then you've got to, or hasn't given you that, you have to tell them that everything's ready to do. So you still have to upload the files. And you have access. Yeah, great. Yeah, upload the files to the new server, get everything there, change the name servers, change the zone on the old one, just those IPs, and I think then in that case you will go. Now, here's the other nice thing is that if you're going, you can probably do this with other products, but if you're going from cPanel to cPanel, and I know you're using Plesk, but I can actually transfer my entire cPanel over to another cPanel account on a different host. All the settings like email addresses, passwords, everything gets updated on the other side. If there's anything that gets missed, it might be even the SPF records that you're sending records for the domain might I think are updated. So I've done that. I've moved people over to my server, an entire cPanel account over. It's there. You changed you changed the name servers on the old site, and for the domain, change the IP on the old site, and it should happen pretty quick. That's going from cPanel to cPanel, but you're doing Plesk, right? Imran, you're asking the how in there. How to move an existing account to another one. I don't know if Plesk offers that. We'll see. Oh yeah, you're still learning Plesk. I don't. I've so far not had. I may have had one client that's on Plesk that I was in. They're not a regular client, but I was in doing some things that looked Plesky, or it looked different anyway. So maybe it was. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So that's a thing to do, a way to do that. All right. So, well, there's been a couple of phone calls I need to catch up on here coming in. And I think that covers everything for what we were looking at today. So, yeah, it's not like cPanel at all. Full screen camera right, chat on right. You can use a Kiba backup to move a Joomla site, but it doesn't do email accounts and doesn't use... doesn't move emails, doesn't do zones, doesn't do mail forwarders. So there's a lot. If you're moving, and watch this, Imran, too, because if you're moving a site from one host to another, don't forget, do they have email addresses? Do they have emails right on the server? Are they using the calendar features on the server if there are any? Mail forwarders. So they might have 20 mail forwarders that forward to different Gmail Gmail accounts. That all needs to be moved over and recreated. So yeah, make sure it's not just because you're moving more than the site, you want to move everything else. Yeah, everything. So it's a lot of work. All right. Well, yeah. So head on over to our Slack channel as well if you've got questions, or we can catch up on things there. But there's Ivor with a link. I say it's a good link. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, look at that. There you go. The transferring data between Plesk servers. Okay. So there's it looks like they're showing you a method to do it. The Plesk migrator component recommended. Yeah, if you can do that, then that's what you want to do, because from Plesk to Plesk it should. Don't delete the old one until everything's moved over for sure. Yeah, thanks, Ivor. Ivor to the rescue with another great link. And I did not. There you go. There's that page there. All right, everybody. They're going to wrap that up there. That was really cool. Bjorn, I'm glad that you like that as a new tool. And yeah, it's really cool for cleaning things up. And well worth it. So everybody, who knows what will happen next? You might see me soon doing an update on Joomla. I did not do an update video from 3.9.21 to 2.2. And like I said, it looks like there's an issue in 2.2 and maybe 2.3 is going to come out, or the top. I don't know. I just saw a tweet from Phil Taylor. So, yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you to Rick Spaan. I think I'm pronouncing. Okay, let's see. My optometrist is Dutch. He's Dr. Dave Shaftsma. So this would be Spaan. Rick Spaan. Thanks, Rick, for letting me look this. He hooked me up with the free pro version. Updated my the last free one he gave me last time, so I could show you all the features. And I enjoy using it myself, so that is appreciated. Everybody, I don't know what will happen on Maintenance Monday, but remember next week here on Watching Work Livestream, which will be number 94, Ruud van Lent is going to be, we're going to have a launch party for OCHG Lightbox, and he's going to have codes for anyone who wants to buy that. But we'll check it out. It is really cool. Automatically makes pop-ups, gallery, stuff like that in your site, and that is pretty neat. Imran, I don't know if there's any other issues with 3.9.22. I think that maybe this was just one that just came up too, but there's always things, but I've not heard anything. That's the first I've heard it. And then, but you know, it's been like a week since it's been out. So William says he's switching to offer BG workspaces for email now to avoid that headache. Offering workspaces for email to avoid that headache. The headache of moving emails from one server to another. I pay for G Suite for my, and I also use Gmail. My personal email is just so easy. I don't have to store it on my server. It's there. It works really well with a bunch of tools. And yeah, so I'm a big fan of having your email in a paid service. It's good. I have clients. I have a client that has like 18 gigabytes of email in their hosting account on my server. So that, that's the way to go as well. No problem. Especially, I suppose, if you want privacy, then you would want to have it on your own hosting. So, yeah. All right, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. Let me find the off button here. Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. It was fun to look at that. Discover a few things along the way, and I got some stuff tidied up. Oh, G Suite is now workspaces. Oh, yes, 18 gigabytes, Imran. 18 gigabytes. And a lot of it is just like sent stuff, old stuff. It's crazy. G Suite is now workspaces. Thank you for reminding me of that, Bjorn. I was aware of that when I started getting emails about that change recently. Workspaces, I'll have to work on that rebranding. Workspaces. You know, that's a lot nicer, I guess. Hey, listen, for instance, I know Chaitin manages workspaces for clients and signs up for them or their... yeah, I think yeah. And so if as a service to offer to other people, say, I'll manage your email workspace as well. and get a workspace, create a workspace for you with Google and manage all your email that way. That's probably a lot better than saying, oh, I'll manage your G Suite if you want. Because people always say, oh, do I want a G Suite? Maybe I want something else. They just want a workspace and something that works. So that's cool. In workspaces, you get 25 gigabytes per account. I think possibly you're right, Ivor. Ivor says, I think. So yeah. In the base level, you can move up to other stuff too. Yeah, I like G Suite for email and that. I also like Office 365. If I had to choose between the two. Oh, because I like having Office 365 updated all the time for Word and that. I don't use it that much. I think if I was forced to, I would go, in this case, Workspaces instead of Office 365. Imran, any opinion about Joomla 3.9.22? Yes. Well, I don't know about this one little issue that Phil was talking about. I don't even know if it's a thing. Maybe it's all fixed or something like that. But anyways, obviously it's been out for a week and people have updated it and there's been no problems. So I don't think there's any problem. Other than what Phil's identified, and that will get fixed with a new thing. But I just don't know enough really, because I saw it late at night and went to bed and woke up and came to spend time with you all. All right, so thanks for tuning in today, everyone. Don't forget to give the video a like. It helps people find. Just click like. I forget to click like on a lot of my videos too, but that will help others find it. And we shall see. We'll see when we hit 2,000. Yeah. All right. So everybody, until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites and God bless.